and welcome to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Hey, hopefully you've been following along, and we've done some pretty cool things here in the recent past. The top 10 list.
A couple.
No. One of these days you're going to get it. We have filmed a couple.
Right.
But there's only been one to come out by the time this comes out.
Gotcha. Think that's any good?
That green one or that
Yeah,
red
that
one?
green one.
Oh, yeah, but what he's talking about is corn cracker. You want to drink some right now?
No.
Hey, as the title of this video suggests, we have a special announcement.
We do.
What's our special announcement?
We have, in a roundabout way, joined partner. We've got kind of a partnership going on.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an official liquor store.
We do have an official liquor store with a good man in Mooresville, Indiana, which is west side, southwest side. Red Barrel Liquors, and his name is Alex, and he is trying very hard to become the best liquor store around, which he's well on his way, in my opinion.
I go over and see Alex quite often, and first of all, if you go to Red Barrel Liquors in Mooresville, make sure, at least for now, get it in some kind of GPS system, because would you agree?
Well, and I'll tell you, even if you use like Google Maps, it's still, depending on which direction you're coming from, it's going to be hard to get to. You have to have, I hate to say this, but you have to have a little bit of common sense, directional common sense, because I had to just bypass everything and just figure out how to get
If you have Waze, W-A-Z-E, on the app stores, it'll take you straight to it, but you literally have to go through a neighborhood, down an alley, because of the construction. He's on a state highway.
He is.
But they're doing construction out front probably for, I'm guessing a couple more months anyway.
And that would be State Road 144.
State Road 144, and it's just west of 67, right off of 144.
I mean, his liquor store, the liquor store, is at least within that area, I would say within a 20-mile radius of that area, he's probably got the best selection of any place I've been.
Absolutely. And before
and
you...
his staff is...
A1.
Yeah, they're pretty... they're very friendly, very helpful.
Before you shut this off, we are going to drink some whiskey from Red Barrel today, and we're going to tell you what we think about it.
Yeah.
But just to give you an idea... Well, here, let's pour these up. So I've got two different Red Barrel store picks to talk about today.
He has a significant amount of store picks.
Yes, and he will let you taste them,
which makes all the difference in the world.
Now, the first one we're going to go with, this is Breckenridge out of Colorado. You might think, if you guys have had this, you might think, why are these guys reviewing this? We'll get into tasting it here in just a second. You got an eyelash or something inside your glass. Here.
You're wasting time.
Here. So this is 86 proof. It's Alex pick. What's interesting, what we think we like about this is a great beginner whiskey. Don't hold me to this, but I'm pretty sure I'm at least right within a couple bucks of it. It's like $36 for a store pick.
It's hard to find one that cheap.
Yeah, if you're into real high proof stuff, this may not be your cup of tea, but
Go light. It's good.
But
do you know anything about the mash bill on that?
I don't. If I figure it out before we film this, I'll put it up on the thing. This is a great introduction whiskey for somebody that's getting into it, in my opinion. Have you ever had this before? I've tasted this before we filmed this.
This is the first time I've ever tasted it.
I wouldn't say it's... I would say it's a great beginner whiskey, and it's just... Well, let's just get into it. See what you think. It's extremely easy to drink, in my opinion. It's actually got a pretty good nose.
Not bad.
What you'll find if this is your first time tuning in, because this may reach a whole new audience, because Red Barrel's going to put this out to other people that may not have seen us before. We don't talk about tasting notes.
Do you know how many picks he does a year?
As many as he can. I think he's going to continue to grow that program.
He is, for as young as he is, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he's partnered with a couple other people in the business to get part of barrels, and he's trying to do his best, and he's got some really good stuff. He's got a lot of Indiana stuff, which it's always cool to support local, and you'll see a little bit more of that with our next sample here. Now, why Chad knows that, see, I think that's a pretty daggone good. I think that's a great beginner whiskey. Uh,
That is super easy to drink.
Yeah, I mean, you could
Super easy.
just drink it while you're at weed eating.
Well, I don't know if I'd do that.
Huh?
I don't know if
You
do
wouldn't?
That. I don't think so. But you might want to.
If you're new into whiskey, throw an ice cube in that.
You got any water?
Yeah, but your water's right there.
Let's taste it. Let's pull the water in and see what it tastes like.
And while we're mixing this concoction, we just put I put a drop in there. Some of the stuff that you can look forward to coming out of Red Barrel with Bourbon Battles is Chad and I are gonna have $100 challenge.
We are.
We're gonna go into Red Barrel, and one of us is gonna pick first, and we're gonna alternate bottles. We can't duplicate. And we're each gonna buy $100 worth of whiskey. We cannot go over.
Right.
Period. End of story. Can't go over. And then you guys can vote to see who you think had the better selection. And by voting and subscribing to this stuff, you'll be able to win that box of whiskey. Somebody can win the ones that I picked, and somebody will win the ones that Chad picked.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's a pretty good deal, and we're really looking forward to that. We are also looking forward to, Alex and I have had a lot of conversations. We're going to do a meet and greet when he gets a couple barrel picks in and have a big thing on a Saturday morning. We'd love to see everybody out for that.
Yeah.
That's just a good, solid, inexpensive, easy to drink. If you're new to whiskey, I even if you're not,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think water helps it, but I don't think water hurts it either.
No, I didn't do anything for me either way.
Which means it would be good if you put an ice cube in it, or if you mixed it on ice, or mixed it in a mixer.
Old fashioned,
whatever.
However you like to drink your whiskey. We need to be better about saying the best whiskey is the one you like the best, and the best way to drink it is how you prefer to drink it.
So this is produced and bottled by the Breckenridge Distillery in Colorado. So that means they're distilling it, which is good.
Yeah. You ready to get in the second one so this doesn't go forever?
Yeah.
So this is something we're real happy about. We've done this before. We did an episode just on Old 55. And what's interesting about Old 55 is, first of all, it's in Indiana. Kind of one of the cool things they do, this is not one of those bottles, but however, Alex does have those bottles, is 100% sweet corn mash bill. This is not 100% sweet corn. This is traditional bourbon mash bill. This is Alex pick at an Old 55 Newtown Distillery, Newtown, Indiana, Old 55 Distillery.
Is it Newtown or Newton?
Newtown. 58.2%, so that's 116.4 proof. This is a heavy hitter. This may not be for the newbie. It's pretty. Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Let's just quit talking about it and see what we think. If you go back and look at our last videos where we drank the Old 55, you have one of the 100% sweet corn mash bill whiskeys, don't you?
You did it on the show.
Yeah. I said this. I've been out to the distillery and talked to Jason, the owner. He's one of the greatest people in the whiskey business, and he's a big supporter of Alec over at Red Barrel too. There's something different about this. Oh, this is barrel number 2, by the way. He's got 2 different single barrel picks in there right now at the time of this filming. I've always said there's something different about this. And when I asked Jason over there, he said it's just because everything he does is top-notch quality. There's nothing, he's not doing anything crazy. It does not smell ethanol-y to me. My opinion, that's the best Indiana whiskey there is. I'm not talking about MGP. I'm talking about the craft stuff or separate distilleries. That's the best one.
It's like we tasted before, though. It has a
there's something that's unique.
It's not off-putting, but it's very different. You can pinpoint it.
One drop?
Just one. Yep. If you, what,
I like it. I like it a lot.
I thought Alex's, even though this is a whiskey channel, I thought his beer selection was his beer and his wine selection are both really good.
Yeah, I think they've got a great wine selection. I'm not into that. My wife could tell you more than me.
Right. The thing about it is they have a lot of stuff open that you can taste, especially store picks, which makes it good. I'm still a believer that you should not buy a store pick especially if you've never tasted it, unless the people selling the store pick have a bottle open that you can taste.
And this is the most important part of this video. When you go see Alex and try some of these picks, right, or Alex's staff, I'm not saying he's always there, it's crucial that you let him know Bourbon Battle sent you. That helps us out tremendously. That helps Alex support us and that company support us as we want to support him. He doesn't have the biggest selection in Indiana, but he's got a great
Good
selection.
He's got a good selection for the size of the store. It's a very, very good, comprehensive selection.
Yeah, and it's getting better every day.
It is.
He's got some new Barrel Craft Spirit stuff in there that by the time this comes out may be sold out. I don't know. He's doing it right. I hope I don't let the cat out of the bag, Alex, but I think there's going to be a year-end lottery that's going to be quite possibly one of the most impressive ones in Indiana. He's done a good job with that. So stay tuned for that. Get a hold of them for details. Go over there. Check that out. Go next door. Have some barbecue at Squealers.
I think water makes that better.
I didn't pay enough attention to know. Do you think you like it with a little drop of water?
I do.
I'm a big fan of this. If you get a chance to get out.
So just to talk about Red Barrel a little bit. What do you? There these two, but what else? How many more picks do you think that he has?
Oh gosh, I know he's got.
I was in there last week, and I think he had probably 20.
Yeah,
I don't know if he had that many, but
I know he's got a Stellum. He's got several Old Hamers. He's got 2 or 3 of these. I've been fortunate enough to taste some of the things that he selected that he hasn't received yet. There's one in particular that I'm so excited for it to come out. It's priced incredible. Alex let me taste it. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, Alex, but you know which one I'm talking about. I can't wait for that to come out. I know there's some new Lou picks coming soon. I know he's waiting on several, and I've tried several of them. He's got a great palate. He's got a unique palate. If you want something unique, this is a Red Barrel pick, this Maverick. It's a malted whiskey out of Montana. You don't care for that, I don't think. But I do because it's so unique. I mean, if you look at that, gosh, it's like coffee.
It's pretty dark.
When you're out there, ask Alex if you can try the Maverick.
They've got a bottle of it. You can try it.
Yeah. I don't think it's for everybody, but you should try that if you collect whiskey.
And it's finished, too.
Yes. So hopefully moving forward from here on out, when Alex gets a barrel in, we're going to get a sample of it, and we're going to come to you, even if it's a 5-minute video, to tell you what we think about that sample, and we're going to try to stay up on that.
Right.
Gosh, who knows, we may let him talk about his wine sometime and put it into a video, or his beers, or whatever. Please support local businesses. Please support the small guy, and hey, if you're anywhere around central Indiana, you're coming through town, do us a favor, go in there and tell him Bourbon Battle sent you. Tell him every time you go in there, even if you're just buying a case of Coors Light, let him know so he can support us as well. Love those guys over there and looking forward to working with them for a long time.
And if you're looking for whiskeys that are unique to one location, that would be a good place to start.
Yeah, lots of Indiana stuff, lots of good stuff, and his regular selection is great too.
It is.
Nobody's going to go in there and not find something they ought to have.
You shouldn't.
So, hey, till next time, we're going to remind you, don't be a bourbon butthole.
Or a whiskey wise ass.
And if you drink, don't drive.
If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl.